watch Mickey Mouse? That's for kids, you fucking idiot.
Get out. If you're like me and are into animation, comics, video games, or whatever, and you either A, go on the internet, or B, go to high school, you eventually come across the phrase, "it's for kids." This is a common phrase used to justify one's reasonings in what you are doing shouldn't be taken seriously as what you're watching, playing, reading is for kids. I don't know about you, but I'm pretty sick and tired of this excuse, I mean reason. Why? Because it's not a valid reason at all, and I'm gonna tell you why. The whole "it's for kids" thing isn't a valid reason considering that it's not true. Yes, things like Disney, Warner Brothers, Pokemon, Mario, etc., their target audience is children, but that doesn't mean kids and only kids can watch it. Things like Disney is a prime example of why "it's for kids" excuse is not a good reason. Disney's target audience may be children, but Disney is a company that makes amazing entertainment and knows in order to make something good, it needs to be enjoyable to both kids and adults. Things like Mickey Mouse, The Lion King, The Little Mermaid, Up, Wall-E, etc. is both enjoyed by kids and adults alike because of how spectacular it is. Yes, The Lion King is rated G, but that doesn't mean it's only for kids. Adults enjoy it. Something like The Leprechaun is intended for adults, yet pretty much everyone hates it. Rating doesn't automatically mean it's only for one specific age range. G stands for general audiences, which means anyone can watch it. Same goes to video games. E stands for everyone. It's the same thing as G. Anyone can play the game, regardless of the age. Hell, an E game can be much more mature and adult than an M rated game. One example of this would be Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Explorers of Time. If anyone has played the game, they know exactly what I'm talking about. Now, I'm not going to spoil it for anyone who hasn't played it yet, but take my word, this game gets really dark. Now, with that being said, some people still find this as a valid reason. Let's go back to both adults and kids liking animation. Here are some series that target audiences kids, yet adults enjoy them as well. These shows have been praised due to the fact that it appeals to both kids and adults alike. So when a garbage show comes along, or a show that's turning into garbage, reviews of the series or episodes will come along bashing them and explaining how these shows or episodes are trash. That's fine and all, except for the people who find it enjoyable. Look, if you like these shows, then go right ahead. No one's knocking you for that. I mean, it is their opinion. It's not a fact. It's just what they think. However, some people will say you can't judge the show, it's just for kids. They'll go on and say since it's a kids show, it shouldn't be taken too seriously. What's that? These are kids shows too. Yet they are still enjoyable. One show that gets this counter argument way too much is possibly the worst show in the world. That show being Teen Titans Go. This show has been panned due to the fact that it's an awful show. Reviewers like these don't like this show as they state reasons such as the comedy is terrible, the show is stupid, and the characters are all complete assholes. Pretty good reasons, but they're not saying just because they don't like the show doesn't mean you can't. But people use the whole "it's a kid's show, you can't take it too seriously" again. But wait, Teen Titans Go is supposed to be a comedy. It's supposed to be silly. No, this isn't the case. What you're telling me is the show is garbage, it's supposed to be garbage, I can't insult it because it's intended for kids. Well, that's not the case. Rick and Morty is a show that's mostly a comedy, and that show is one of the best I've ever seen. But wait, that show's target audience is for adults. Alright, I guess. But look, these are shows that are mostly comedies, yet its target audience is kids. There's no excuse. Mr. Enter, a person who is very passionate about animation, constantly gets so many of the same stupid responses saying he can't talk bad about some of the entries on his animated atrocities list because he takes them too seriously and how it's just for kids. Could we actually come up with some reasonable arguments rather than these petty arguments? So how about we stop using "it's for kids" as a scapegoat to explain why a piece of animation shouldn't be taken too seriously? Look, some people may be thinking this isn't a big deal, but listen. This has happened to me on several occasions. As some of you may know, I go to high school, and there's a lot of really annoying and downright unpleasant people in the place. I get asked if I'm for when wearing a Disney shirt. I get called little kid because I like Pokemon. I'm sorry, but when did enjoying things that's target audience's children turn into a fucking crime? These people are complete and utter retards. Does it really bother you that much that I like something different from you? If it's not offensive or mean-spirited, then you shouldn't really care. We need to stop with this whole judging people shit just because they like stuff that's target audience's kids. You shouldn't be ashamed for liking something just because other assholes say otherwise. So I hope we've learned something today. It's for kids is and never was a valid reason. It's often used for someone to not watch or play something just because its target audience is for children. It's used as a reason to say why people shouldn't critique the material in a bad manner. It's even used for insulting someone's own personal interests. So if you're one of those little shits who use this and think this is a valid reason, then I hope this video changed your mind. Or not. I doubt this video will change anyone's mind, really.